What's up, guys? I am talking about Megabass, one of the coolest lure companies out there. I'm going to be just talking a little bit about the company, a few of my favorite lures that they've made. I'm actually going to talk about my favorite all-time Megabass lure, and I'm gonna just kind of talk about a couple of these in case you're curious about them and want to know more about them. I'm going to talk a little bit about them. I'm not going to go into extreme detail. I've already shot some videos on a lot of lures that you'll see out here. But in case you're interested in checking them out, I'm going to talk a little bit about them. Megabass is a Japanese company. It's ran by a guy named Yuki Ito, who designs these baits. And his designs, they're very, very interesting. They're just, besides just being able to catch a fish, they're just works of art. Just very, very cool. The colors, everything about them is interesting. You'll notice things in these lures, like a Pop Max, for example, these little gill slits that let water in, and just the interesting shape and design of some of these baits. Very, very cool. They do demand top dollar. These are premium lures, so you will pay more for these baits. That's one reason I'm doing this video. Before you go slinging out some cash, you can check this video out and hopefully, see one of these lures up close. And I'll tell you about, my experiences catching fish on them, and just tell you about the baits and let you get to see them. So we'll start down here. Megabass Vision. This is a 110 plus 1. For a lot of guys, this is the lure. This is it. This is the best Megabass lure. They love it. It's their #1. I don't fish jerkbaits that much, so it's not my #1, but the bait is awesome nonetheless. Very, very interesting shape. Just a really cool. You can hear the weight transfer in there. Just a really awesome lure. It really does have just a nice movement in the water. But my lakes are murky, so I don't fish jerk baits all that much. But the 110 is a bait that a lot of guys, they just swear by that lure. So if you're a jerk bait guy or you got some clear water, that's one to check out for sure. Let's see here. Let's go into some crankbaits. I fish crankbaits a lot. Got some S cranks up here. I've got the Megabass Grenade, the giant square bill. We've got some S cranks. This is the 1.5 and the 2. S crank is a super cool lure. It moves like its name in an S shape, and it's great. It has that S shape, kind of almost hunting action. Really good bait of when they won't eat a regular crankbait. Maybe they're nipping at the back hook and you're looking for a way to maybe, get them to eat it better. Sometimes throwing a bait like an S-crank can do that. Give that fish something a little more erratic, to look at, and they might eat it better. Really cool lure. I just love the ability to have this size. This is just not a normal size crankbait. Normally square bills, they're more like that smaller one there. So to have a larger square bill that can go a little deeper and it has that hunting action, that's something I really like about the S-crank. We've also got, I believe this is the X-Dad. Look at that, little crawfish, little, antenna sticking out there. I believe these things suspend actually. Very, very neat design. You can tell, just a very different looking bait when compared to something like the S-crank. Just really shows you the, the differences and the things that, bait to bait, Megabass is really good with. Let's go into top water. If you notice, I've got a lot of top water. There's a reason for that. I love Megabass top waters. They are just some of the best out there, regardless of what you're looking at. Let's check out the Gong. That is an awesome looking lure. That's a piece of artwork right there. This is a lure that came out, this is the smaller size, for the Year of the Monkey. They put the gorilla face on it. I've got a whole video going into detail talking about it, but to get right down to it, it works. I have caught fish on the Gong. I like to work it, just a steady, slow retrieve on the surface, and it gets bit. It's not just something you know, that looks cool. Fish will come out and they will bite this thing. Now I went out and got a bunch of exotic colors. Typically the ones I go with, I've got one in my boat right now. It's very close to that color right there. That works good. And this kind of silvery whitish one, that one works super good. And I think the green one could go for a bluegill. You know, so some of these colors, that's another thing Megabass does. They have these just special limited edition kind of colors that they come out with. I've got some of these up here into another awesome topwater, the Pop Max. Let's check out the normal ones first. We got some Threadfin Shad, some bluegill right there. This is the one I was talking about earlier with the little gill slits. Great popper, excellent hookup ratio. So we've got our Pop Max. These are some of the limited edition kind of colors. The Fighter Squadron World War II colors. Super cool. I actually have these just as a collection. That's, you know, just another little aspect that Megabass does. You know, here's our camo, our kind of tank camo color schemes. They do cool stuff like that. It's just really, you know, it's just neat. It's just cool, you know. We've got the Balsam Max, and I love just the way the box looks. I mean, it's just neat. Look at that kind of old school look to it. We've got a nice, you know, natural finish. If you notice the Balsam Max, a little bit longer than the Pop Max. And then we've got this one, Secret Bobber. That's the name of that color. Just really cool. Just love that about some of their stuff, you know. You can get them and fish them. You can get some other ones and just, you know, kind of collect them. You know, if you're a fish geek like myself, that's pretty cool. Pop Max is awesome. I've had some huge blow-ups on that. We've got these eye-jacks in this kind of koi color, another hard to find color. Very cool. Over here we've got the Eye Loud, kind of built around the same platform. Inside there's like a little weight, a little ball, and it's on this little thing that swings back and forth. It makes a lot of noise. Pretty neat. This one's, of course, is segmented, got a prop on the back. I think that's Cosmic Gill, I think it's that color. Kind of a bluegill with a sparkle kind of to it. Really cool. What else we got here? Noisy Cat. Just a neat bait, you know, just a lot of just interesting designs, you know, in these things. Really cool. So, let's see here. We've got a couple left. We've got the Dog X Quick Walker. Really good for fast walking. We got the Giant Dog X, and I'm kind of building up to something here. The Pop X. The Pop X is my favorite. This is the very first Megabass lure that I ever owned. In fact, I've got the original right over here. This is it, and I've actually retired it. This is a Pop X and White Python, and I have caught hundreds of fish on this lure right here. As you can tell, the feather's been bitten off, hooks are bent. I mean, I have caught so many fish on this one little lure, and I decided to retire it and bring in some new ones. I got another White Python, of course, and again, look at that. Not much left on that feather versus that one. I mean, it's just a proven fish catcher. It's just awesome. It's everything you want in a little popper. I mean, just amazing action, and you know, it's really what started it off for me as far as, you know, taking the risk, spending the money, saying, you know what, I'm going to try out some of these Megabass lures and see what they're all about. The Pop X is an excellent fish catcher, #1 lure for me, favorite lure for me as far as Megabass is concerned. Just a home run, excellent lure. So I hope you guys have enjoyed checking out these lures. I think I've got a nice variety here of you know, some standard natural colors that I go out and fish with, as well as some of these exotic ones that I'm just kind of collecting. They're great. This isn't all of the ones I have. I've got some more in my boat. But these, you know, I think these kind of cover the spectrum pretty good. So definitely check out the Pop X. I can vouch for that lure. Pop Max as well, if you're looking to upsize that. The Vision 110. You know, if you were to do a poll online, what's, you know, everybody's favorite Megabass lure, I think the Vision 110 would probably win. I just don't have the clear water. The other ones work better for me, but the Vision 110 there's a lot of people that love those things. Give that one a try. Definitely check out the S crank. I was talking about that. It just gives you another aspect for a crankbait. Just something that you can throw that's different than anything else in your tackle box. Give the fish something to look at. Check those out. They're all good lures. You might find certain situations where you're looking for a certain action, and there's a Megabass lure that'll do it. And I promise you, it probably looks cool as well. They're just good-looking baits. So check these out. I've got videos. If you want to look into one of these in more detail, I've got a video on the gong, a couple videos on the gong. I've got video on the grenade. I think I've got an S-crank video. Most of these lures, if you scroll back through my videos, there's probably a video that I've done about it. So check that out, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Go look into Megabass, really cool company, and you guys go catch some fish.